The hobby never stops having controversy. So what is the latest thing that's going on in the sports card hobby? And that is the feud or the controversy between Sports Card Radio and Chasing Cardboard. And the accusation that Sports Card Radio has launched is that Chasing Cardboard, specifically Ty, who runs the channel, is a scammer. So the question that I wanted to bring to you is, what's the truth? Let's find out. Welcome back to EDI Sports Cards. So what we're going to do is try to figure out what exactly is going on. And as you know, if you're a subscriber, I like to take a journalistic approach to these things. And so the first thing we need to do is that there are allegations. I want to make that very clear. And then anybody watching YouTube really needs to be careful that when an allegation is made, the person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So you can make as many allegations as you want, but just because you allege something doesn't mean it's true. Now, for those of you that don't know what's going on, let's kind of go backwards and recap where we are. So the first thing that happened is Chasing Cardboard, and I'm going to put the link to that channel down below, so you can go watch their videos, but they went to Tennessee and bought a collection. Inside that collection happened to be a lot of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, cards, including a couple autographs. So they put them on their eBay store, which they always do. They buy collections and then sell them on eBay. They sold one autograph card in an auction, and the person that won the auction then messaged Ty privately saying, I've had BGS, Beckett Grading, look at this card digitally and give an assumptive grading that they think that this autograph is not authentic. Now, Ty said, okay, and I can understand. He's like, I don't know exactly what you want me to do. You didn't get it authenticated. You got a reasonable doubt. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's not authentic. It just means that Beckett, BGS, doesn't think it's authentic. But that's not an actual authentication. It's just a guess. And obviously Beckett wants to err on the side of caution. Probably a smart idea with all of the mistakes that PSA, SGC, Beckett, and BBCE have made with authenticating fakes. So unless you can physically see the card, you're probably not going to get it authenticated, which you should know about when you do these third-party off-site digital authentications. They're probably not going to authenticate anything. You're just giving them money for you to feel good. Should I buy this? And they're going to say, no, it's probably not authentic. Oh, all right, then I'm not going to buy it. Because if they say that it is authentic and then it comes back that it's not authentic, who are you mad at? Okay, so now we get that clear. So Sports Card Radio, somebody reached out to them and they are the shock jocks. They're not journalists. I need to make that very clear because they do not reach out to people for comment before they post stories. So they're not journalists. They don't hold stories to say, hey, look, we're going to run a story on this. Do you have any comment? They used my video in one of their episodes. They did not reach out to me before they used it. They just clipped it and used it. Made any comment they wanted. They never reached out to me prior to that. Now, they didn't disparage me. They didn't do anything nefarious. Again, I find them very entertaining. I am a subscriber to Sports Card Radio. I want to be very clear. I find them entertaining, but they're shock jocks. They're not journalists. So I think they want to try to become journalists, but they're missing a few things. So anyway, they put it on their channel that Ty and Chasing Cardboard may be scammers. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due. Sports Card Radio did not come out and say they're scammers. He said this is shady. And it was shady what was happening because, one, we only had one side of the story. We only had the side of the story of the person who won the auction, who then said this might not be real because BGS said, I don't know if we would authenticate it. My question and then we're going to go and actually watch. We're going to watch the clip from Sports Card Radio, and then we're going to watch a clip from Ty in response. Okay, so we're going to get to that in a second. But what I want to know is Ty has said repeatedly on Chasing Cardboard that anyone that doesn't get cards authenticated is shady. He has said that himself. That's where I start to get a little suspicious, and that's why I didn't go, well, Sports Card Radio is drama. No, they have legitimate questions, and Ty should have handled this the right way, which is basically say, this is what happened, which he kind of does in the response video. Again, you'll be able to go and look at that video, but he kind of dances around it a little bit. Now, I want to say that I think that his resolution makes sense. We're going to get to that. But just wanted to put that out there, that Ty himself has said that if you don't grade your cards, you're shady. Why wouldn't you grade your cards? Well, you have an autograph, and clearly autographs are an issue. We have to get autographs authenticated. I actually have that problem. I have baseballs that are signed by athletes. Like, I got baseballs signed by Reggie Jackson, by Nolan Ryan, by Mark McGuire. They're not authenticated because I personally got them signed by the ball players. I physically was there. I handed the ball to them. They signed it and gave it back to me. There is no authentication there. And that's one of the things that we have a problem with now in the hobby, is that when you go to a card show, the card show should be giving you an authentication, like a letter of authentication that I got this autograph at this show, and it should be witnessed and it should be an official thing. Because if you're paying $40 for an autograph and you don't get a letter of authentication, it's basically garbage. Just saying that, and Fanatics wants to run these events. Well, they better be giving COAs when they give autographs. So if you go to a show and you get an autograph for an athlete, you better get a COA with it. Otherwise, you just wasted your money because you got to physically see them, but no one's ever going to believe you. All right, let's go to the first clip. This is from Sports Card Radio. So let's take a look.
Our top story today is a popular sports card YouTube channel was selling a supposed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson autograph card on eBay. The person bidding on the card trusted the seller mainly because the popularity of the YouTube channel and placed the bid on the card. The customer emailed the YouTuber before the auction ended, though, and expressed their concerns about the authenticity of the autograph. The YouTuber replied that they bought the card as a part of a large collection. The video is actually on YouTube, and they're unsure of the authenticity. The YouTuber said they didn't authenticate the autograph with the likes of PSA, JSA, or Beckett because they didn't want to deal in non-sports cards. So after the email from the YouTuber, the potential buyer did a very smart thing. Before paying for the item, they obtained an autograph quick opinion. PSA or Beckett will offer you an online opinion if they think an autograph is real or not. It's a great service and one that should be taken advantage of if you were unsure if an autograph is real or not. Beckett came back pretty quick with the opinion that the Rock autograph was likely not real. Normally in this instance, the seller would issue a refund or cancel the sale here and throw away the card or certainly never try to sell it again. Instead, when confronted with the evidence that the autograph wasn't real, the YouTuber asked the buyer, who was a fan of his, why did they bid on the card to begin with?
So there's a few things that I want to make very, very clear. So one of the things that Sports Card Radio said, which is inaccurate, it's just inaccurate. Beckett did not say it was not authenticated. Beckett did not say that it's not a real autograph. It said it's unlikely to authenticate because they didn't want to take the risk on something that they can't physically see and analyze to go, yes, we're going to put our stamp, our reputation on the line over looking at this going, we don't know. We actually really need to look at that. And so that's an error maybe on Beckett's side. Maybe it's an error on the hobby side. Like, we have a problem in the hobby. But one of the things that Sports Card Radio got wrong is they said that it wasn't a real autograph. That's not true. It has never been authenticated. That's the fact. It has never been authenticated. I find the excuse that Ty gave, which is I don't want to deal with non-sports cards, a little kind of shady. Like, Ty, you've said if you don't authenticate your cards, and that's just, we're not talking about autographs. We're just talking about grading in general. He does not like when people sell him ungraded cards. And you're like, it's expensive to grade cards, especially if you're a collector. Why would you grade the cards? Like, if it's a really high-end card, I get it, but why would you grade base cards that are not worth more than $20, $30, $40? Like, it makes zero sense. So for a guy that's trying to buy collections, I get it. You're like, well, but then I gotta go get them graded. Yeah, that's your job. I'm a collector, you're a dealer, that's your problem. And so Ty kind of, has that problem because he's like, he doesn't like buying these ungraded cards. Well, guess what? Then stop being a dealer. But I want to get to Ty's response to all this because, again, there's a lot of hate and a lot of negativity going towards Ty's way. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Ty also realizes that. I appreciate that he didn't go after hobby people and after people who watch YouTube and call them idiots and call them clowns. He understood. It's like, look, it's part of the deal. If I want to make a YouTube channel, I have to deal with negativity. So let's go and see what Ty's response is.
What do I do with these autos from Rick's collection? I have two, in particular, Dwayne Johnson autos and a Ty Cobb auto, all three that I just decided not to authenticate and sell them as raw. Are they real? Are they fake? Like I said, I've had others reach out to me and tell me they think these Dwayne Johnson autos might be real. I've had others say that I'm as crooked as Al Capone.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So what's the answer? Is Ty a scammer or is Ty a cool dude? Which way do you go? You can put your answer in the comments. I would love to know where you think. Where I land on this, I think Ty is an honest person. I think that he's trying to do the best that he can. I think he, unfortunately, did not really admit that he made a mistake, but he is treating it like he made a mistake. So he's not outwardly saying, look, I messed up, I'm sorry, and this is what I'm going to do. It wasn't very clear. But he is treating it like he knows that he made an error. And I want everyone to understand that when you actually take action, that sounds like a better idea. Now, he's going to get them authenticated. He's going to send them away for grading, and he will find out whether or not those 3 autographs are real or not, which is kind of the point. That's good. You should find out if they're real or not. I find it very, very uncomfortable selling autographs that have not been authenticated because even though I got them physically autographed, so I try to sell them at shows where JSA is there. So basically the person can get it, go get it authenticated, and then feel comfortable they just spent the money. Now they have a letter of authenticity and they can leave the show with confidence. Because I know they're real. I know they're real, but you need to know they're real. So you can buy it, and without an LOA or a COA, again, certificate of authenticity, I can't sell it for top dollar. I know that. But I know that I'm not selling fake autographs because, again, I got them autographed myself. But you have to, as a seller, and Ty, you're a seller, you have to take into consideration the buyer's position. I understand that there's buyer beware, but that's different than I'm going to sell an autograph that I got from a third party who's telling me that someone else got the autograph. Ty, you've been doing this long enough to know that when you get an autograph from someone else who got the autograph from someone else, you can't say whether or not it's real or not. You have no idea. And the fact that Ty wanted to say, well, the guy that we bought it from said it was from a trusted source. Trusted who? There's no one trustworthy. If he told you that he got it from President Obama, you'd be like, well, what does President Obama know about sports cards? What does he know about Dwayne Johnson's autograph? I don't care who told you that it's real. Unless Dwayne Johnson says, yeah, I signed that card, then it's not real. That's why you have to get it authenticated. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, because too many people fake autos. Too many people fake autos. Anyway, that's what I had to say. Again, I didn't think I was going to have another sports card video in a couple days, but you know what? The hobby just keeps giving, right? Like, it just keeps giving. Thank you for joining. You want more sports card news and sports behind them, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.